Hello everyone, this is Lunar Wolf. In this video, this is kind of a weird and funny video, but today I'm going to be ranking every Dandy's World toon on how edible they are. I don't know how this video is gonna go. So, our ranks go from you will die near instantly, usually from choking, all the way to literally healthy. This Eating this is literally healthy for you. So, I don't know. Let's just start right in with Astro. Now, Astro's material is really unknown, so I'm not sure where to put him. However, so I'm probably going to put him in the edible will not taste good tier. Actually, let's add a row below. Okay. Um, I'm going to put Astro in the disgusting, you will hate eating, but edible. Because, to my knowledge, he... Actually... Dang it, I'm adding so many new tiers. Okay. So, I've added another new tier. I know, final. I know. But we're just gonna continue on, okay? Astro is in the disgusting, you'll hate eating, but is probably edible. Yeah. Next up is Bassy. And judging by the fact that most baskets are made of wood and chips, not not the yummy kind, the wood chips, um, your digestive system will probably be able to handle it. Flowers, those things are probably not poisonous, but if the flowers are poisonous, you will die, but it'll take a while though. However, I'm under the assumption that it won't. So, it may cause a minor injury, but you won't die because eating wood is not a very good idea. Next is Blood, and frankly, I don't know where to put him. We don't really know what ichor would taste like, but our best appropriate answer to that would probably be blood. But it's kind of a bit weird. If you cover, obviously for YouTube reasons, I won't be saying that too much, but the human tomato juice, let's say that, which is very much not healthy. If that's our best uh, guess, I think that one would probably end up going into the you'll die, but it'll take a while though. However, it will either that or it'll end up in the I don't know slash inedible category. This one, Bobette, is one of the many reasons I made the you'll die, but it'll take a while though, because ornaments are usually made out of glass, and eating glass is not healthy. However, I don't know if Bobette is made of plastic or glass. However, most ornaments are made of glass, and that's the historical way that I'm pretty sure most people do it. So so due to internal bleeding, you'll die, it'll take a while though. Now, Boxton is in a weird situation. I don't know how to say this. I don't know what material Boxton is. Chances are it's wood. Like, it's one of the many wood characters. Or one of the few, I should say, actually. Because there aren't that many. Um, that's our closest guess, so I'm putting them in the same tier as Bassy. may cause minor injury, but you won't die. That is, unless he recently got a fresh coat of paint, in which, and if it's lead paint, nah, it'd still probably be there. But overall, it's due to the time period, it probably would end up being lead paint. But I'm gonna put him in the may cause minor injury, but you won't die, just because he's mostly wood. Um, light bulbs from Brightney. Obviously, that's glass. You'll die. It'll take a while, though. Brusha is definitely a weird one. Eating paint, it's a bit weird. You can. You can, but you probably don't want to. And depending on what type of paint it is, uh, some are not. All of them are definitely things that you won't want to eat, but you could. Mm, mostly just because it's wood, um, or at least like a wooden like material. I'm throwing it in the same material, in the same tier as may cause minor injury, but you won't die. Okay, coal, alongside another tin that we'll get to later, is the main reason you'll die. That I made the you will die near instantly. Coal is a fat stack of coal. So the moment that you try and eat it, you're choking. You are choking to death and you will die. Okay, Coco. So you may see her and think, okay, what material is she? Because if she's real chocolate, well, she's going up to the actual food category. But if she's not, and is like fake, it'll probably go into the edible but will not taste good, and or the inedible tier, but I'm not sure. However, in one of her interactions with Yada, the last toon we'll be covering, it is implied that she's made of real chocolate. So we're putting her in the actual food tier. Connie is the first one to go into the inedible tier because, well, you can't really eat a ghost. So, I have no idea where I could place her. Would Does eating a ghost taste good? Is eating a ghost healthy? Do we eat ghosts normally in all of our lives? I'm not sure. And so because of that, I'm putting her in the I don't know / inevitable tier. Cosmo is another reason I made the actual food tier because, well, cocoa is implied to be real chocolate. And so if cocoa can be real chocolate, then I'd bet Cosmo probably is too. So, Dandy. Let me just look it up. One Google search later. So, believe it or not, Dandy is not a real dandelion per se, and is not even a real flower technically. Um, I would not know where to put him, but chances are flowers usually don't taste that good. And so, assuming he's a real flower, in which usually most of his characters aren't the actual thing that they are, Coco obviously being made of real chocolate kind of is an exception to that, probably. So we're just going to assume that Dandy is an actual flower, in which flowers actually used to be a pretty good food source. And so he's in the edible, might not taste good tier. So you might see Dial and think, where do I put him? And honestly, that is a pretty good question. Chances are it'll probably be in the you'll die. It's take a while though. Yeesh, I can't spell. But I don't know if you knew this, but stopwatches usually have like a layer of glass in front of them to kind of protect the clock itself. And so because of that, it's going in the you'll die, it'll take a while though. Okay, I'm sorry about this. But the literal lunar wolf, wolves, they kind of tasty, a bit tasty. Okay, maybe not tasty, but it's going in the can be actual food tier because I don't know if you knew about this, but do you know where that hamburger came from? It's from, well, it's not a wolf, but you could eat a wolf, okay? And plus, it contains protein, so it would literally be healthy. It's literally healthy. I hate to say that, but it contains protein, okay? It has protein. Eggs in also, eggs also are a kind of sort of reliable source of protein. Wait. One Google search later. Eggs are a good source of protein, and protein is good for you. He is literally healthy. However, Finn is a fish tank. Fish tanks are made of glass. You will die. Okay, Flight and Flutter, the two siblings. So, I don't know if you know this, but bugs are actually eaten in many parts of the world. I have a friend who actually ate spiders back in their home country, which is pretty cool fun fact. Um, so they're going into the edible might not taste good tier because depending on who you are, usually butterflies and whatever they species they are usually don't taste good. Okay, so when I first saw Gigi, I was like, where could I possibly put them? Where could I possibly? It's edible, but it's not like good for you. It's edible though. You could swallow a gachapon. You could. However, it's plastic. It might cause minor injury, but chances are you'll be fine. Ginger is the third person to go into the actual food tier. It's a literal cookie. Glisten, however, is glass. Wow, that's most of what the you'll die tier, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay. Okay. You. Goob. I have no idea where to put Goob. He's fluffy. But he's a craft, apparently. But what type of craft? Chances are he's made of glue. And glue is very not good for you. Like, very not good for you. Well, at least he's not made of glue, particularly. But he probably has some glue on him. So, because of that, I'm not sure where to put Goob. May cause minor injury, but you won't die is probably where I'm putting him. 'Cause it's kind of a big jump between may cause minor injury, you won't die, and you'll die. It'll take a while though, because it's a jump from you won't die to you will die. So I'm putting him right where he belongs, in my opinion. May cause minor injury because he probably will. Gordy is a pumpkin. One Google search later. Short enough, pumpkins are healthy. Morale will be very low. They are eating the child, but it's. Louis, with you, balloons are made of plastic. And similar situation with Gigi. Plastic isn't very healthy to eat, but chances are you'll be able to walk it off. You'll probably digest it. You'll be fine. Pebble, morale will be low, and you will die if you eat it. So as for Poppy, she'll pop the moment you try to eat her. So Oh, and also so if you go after the material Poppy's made after, that's very not healthy. But I don't know where to put Poppy. So I'm putting her in the I don't know slash inedible tier. Mostly because she'll pop the moment you eat her, or at least try. And but the material, it's a lot. Razzle and Dazzle. It's plastic. Do I really need to say more than that? Okay, we're in the last row of characters. And honestly, the you will die slash minor injury is getting a lot of people. Don't eat the D&D's World cast. Okay, Rebecca. She's made of pure bone. Overall, she'd probably be edible, maybe? But chances are you'll choke and die. Okay, magnifying glasses? Okay. This one's pretty simple. Roger, magnifying glass? It's glass. Wow, I said glass twice in that sentence and I immediately thought, oh, that rhymed. No, it didn't. Okay, Rudy, I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's in the same situation as Eclipse. It's edible. It'll be good for you. It's protein, okay? Okay, scraps. So you see the taste okay, not healthy tier? Scraps is the entire reason I made that tier. Boom. Oh, and also, um, I decided to get rid of it. It's just making things. It's just too much, okay? 8 tiers is enough, so 9 is kind of pushing it. So, Shelly. I frankly think it's either going in the you'll die, it'll take a while though, because fossils, shells, whatever she is, if you manage to swallow it by not dying near instantly somehow, you'll die from it clogging up your immune system. So even if it does end up taking a while, you're probably gonna choke anyway. Shrimpo, I'm sorry to tell you this. Actually, no, I'm not sorry to tell you this because I hate you. Nah, I'm kidding. I love Shrimpo. But shrimp is protein. Okay, so if you see Sylvester also being a ghost alongside Connie, you might think that he's in the inedible tier. However, he's going in the you'll die near instantly. The reason for that is his armor. Even if you couldn't eat the ghost, you could eat the armor, because that is solid, and that's what's causing him to be slow. If anything, that's the one thing you could eat out of all of this. So you'll choke on the metal armor and die. Sprout is what was that voice crack? Sprout is a strawberry. Do I really need to say anything except that? Okay, if you see Tegan, you may think, oh, that's another in the actual food category, right? Because, well, it's tea. Tea tastes pretty good. Even if it's not healthy, it's actual food. Notice how I said eat every Dandy's World character. She's glass. Okay. Tisha. Okay, so Tisha is cardboard. So, which is technically just thicker paper. And people eat paper, so I made the taste okay, not healthy for scraps. Cardboard is literally just thicker paper, mostly. Much thicker paper. So technically Tisha in this situation could also be eaten because it's cardboard. So I'm throwing them up there. Toodles, you are definitely going to be one of the last people to be eaten because it's glass, okay? As for V, I don't know where to put her. If you try and eat a TV bite by bite, you'll die from getting electrocuted. You'll die from her glass. Honestly, V is it's definitely not something you'd want to eat. You'll die if you eat this. Finally is Yada. Oh wow. So Yada is a special one. Yada contains a lot of candy, which would make her a pretty sweet treat. However, she's made of what are pinatas made of? One Google search later. According to Wikipedia, a
Piñata.
piñata, is a container often made of paper mache, pottery, or cloth. All of those are things you don't want to eat, I would say. Paper mache uses a lot of glue to make them. Pottery, you'll choke on, might cause internal bleeding, you will die. Cloth is actually the best option, despite it saying paper. So that leaves Yada in a tough spot. Yada can be made out of something that is edible, but is not healthy. She can also be made something that will instantly kill you. I'm overall going to put her in the may cause minor injury, you won't die, but as like a very, very bottom version of it. Like, you actually could die. You could die. You might not, though. Actually, no. Because of that, I'll put her in the you'll die. It'll take a while, though. Okay. This is the full tier list on how well you could eat every Dandy's World toon. And yes, that is every Dandy's World toon, all of them. So I'm just gonna. Okay. See y'all, everyone.